Since the 8th of July, when the country first passed the 200,000 vaccination mark, the country's daily vaccination graph have shown a sudden vertical rise in numbers. Despite there being a slight slowdown last Friday, Saturday and Sunday, vaccinations began exceeding 200,000 from the beginning of this week. However, on Tuesday, the daily vaccinations crossed the 300,000 mark, quite a significant achievement for the country's health sector staff and military personnel engaged in operating the hundreds of centres. Yesterday's vaccination tally is by far the highest this week, with 384,763 jabs administered, setting the current record. Of this number, a total of 338,572 were China's Sinopharm vaccines administered as first doses. A further 35,410 Sinopharm jabs were given as a second dose as well yesterday. The balanced jabs consisted of 3,365 Sputnik first doses and 7,416 Pfizer first doses. No AstraZeneca doses were administered yesterday. In the meantime, Sri Lanka is set to receive a consignment of 1.5 million doses of Moderna vaccines as a donation through the WHO's COVAX facility, making it the fifth entrant into the country's vaccine mix.
Tomorrow morning we will receive 1.5 million doses of Moderna vaccines as a donation from United States through the COVAX program. Chinese Embassy of Colombo has announced today they are going to donate another 1.6 million doses of Sinopharm vaccines during the next couple of weeks. When we receive this 1.6 million, the Chinese donation will be increased up to 2.7 million doses of Sinopharm vaccines. For the next 2 weeks duration, we will receive Sinopharm 1.6 as a donation, another 2 million as commercial purchasing, and 150,000 doses of Pfizer vaccines. And we are waiting for the confirmation of delivery date for Sputnik and AstraZeneca vaccines. So Japan has already announced that they are going to donate 1.5 million doses of AstraZeneca vaccines.
Meanwhile, in a move to speed up daily vaccinations, the Sri Lanka Army opened a walk-in vaccination centre at the Vihara Maha Devi Park open-air theatre today. Members of the public were full of praise for what they said was a methodical and efficient operation being conducted by military personnel. World Health Organization country representative Dr. Alaka Singh too arrived and inspected the centre's vaccination process.
This has been a really impressive effort. Very clearly, it's a very important contribution to Sri Lanka's vaccination effort. The environment, the very systematic way in which people are being vaccinated, the additional support in terms of the ambulance, the doctors present in case of an adverse event, which of course has not happened. And it's really good to see this, and we hope that this will be maintained because the Excellency has a very ambitious vaccination plan which looks very feasible, and this would be a very important part of that effort. I think it's incredible that the entire government has come together. The army, of course, is a very important part of the Sri Lankan effort, and repurposing in this way to handle the pandemic on a really the serious footing that we needed for an emergency is really, really welcome. And of course, WHO stands by the government of Sri Lanka to make sure that all national targets are met.
In the meantime, school teachers and non-academic staff were too also seen getting their COVID-19 vaccinations at centres established across the island during the day.
Lever Ayush Kaha Saban Sandak Wage Babalana Pivituru Samakata